And by the way, people, human beings, I think especially Americans respond to that. You get knocked down and keep getting up. That's the Heat. You knock them down, they keep getting up. No PYT. All right. We talked about Heat culture. What other franchises have a culture
real tight, Key.
like that? What's the problem? You talking about plastic surgery or what? What's going on?
Jeez.
What is this?
No, he
I
was
was
just
just
saying he was
stretching my nostrils, bringing them in. That's all.
Sounds like you want to change something. I don't know.
Nah, he good. It's a little too late for that, Max.
Is it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Jay
Why is
damn
it too
near
late?
50, man.
Shut up, Key.
He damn near 50, man. How you gonna go alter his nostrils? Stop.
Imagine if I were to get a nose
the
job
Heat
right
culture-
now. I've been on TV for 20 years. Like, hey, really?
Good genes or
You gonna
good
try to do
docs?
that now? I've been on
Right,
TV for
good
20
genes or
damn
good
years.
All you got to say, and I really have one, but I've never. Deviated septum.
hey, look,
you had to get it fixed. That's what everyone says, right? They had a deviated septum. They had to get it fixed.
Key, I might have a big nose, but I ain't breathing like Perk on TV, though. Why they do my
leave
man
Perk
like
alone,
that?
man.
So why they do
Y'all
my
leave
man
Perk
like that
alone. Wheezing.
yesterday? Why they do my
Heat
man
culture
like that
is
yesterday?
something special, obviously, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's got to be, and I played in Tampa Bay, and there was a certain culture under Tony Dungy. Now, obviously, we went on to win a Super Bowl under John Gruden, but we lost that culture. We lost what that was that he had built in Tampa Bay for so long with the likes of Derrick Brooks and company and Johnny Lynch and Sapp. That culture was there. It was a certain thing. Now you look at the Heat culture, that's a real thing, man.
So let's talk about culture. What other franchises do you think, Jay, have a culture like the Heat?
Okay, I put together a list, Key. You're not going to like the first one because your Dodgers are not on the list. But number 5. There it is, Yates. Tampa Bay Rays, man. Now, look, the fact often have a very low payroll, right? This year, 27th in the MLB. The fact that they made a World Series appearance in 2008, 2020, falling to the Phillies and the Dodgers. But I just feel like they're constantly there, and they do more with less, right? And I think that's a culture that we talk about the Miami Heat, players buying in. What you say?
I said, well, they might want to change their culture then.
Well, why? They're always competing.
Yeah, they got no money. They're competing on
and they're
pennies
competing,
on the
and
dollar.
they're always there.
They
That's
not
value.
winning
That's culture.
championships either. No,
You don't have to knock my list. You come up with your own damn list, okay? That's number 5 on my list. Number 4.
Number 5 is you come up with your own damn list.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do some damn hockey, as Stephen A. would say, okay? Pittsburgh Penguins. Look, you guys know anything about hockey? Anything at all?
Of course.
You guys know?
They don't call me Maxie Pucks for nothing.
You guys know
What
who's
do
in the
you
cup
mean?
right now? You know who's in the cup? Max, you read Sports Center highlights
Man,
every single
Golden
day?
Knights and Panthers.
Okay,
man.
there
What are
you go.
talking about?
That's what
man,
I'm
what's
talking
wrong with you, man?
That's what I'm asking y'all. Okay, look, the Penguins, they snapped their playoff streak this season, making the postseason for the last 16 consecutive seasons prior. Some of the biggest names to play in hockey. You talk about Sidney Crosby. You talk about Mary Lemieux. Like, this franchise gets the top talent all day long.
Mary Lemieux.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
Mural. Clip that.
What?
Please, thank you.
God.
Okay, all right, that's number 4. Number 3, the Pats. Number 3. The Patriots, right? Talk about how many Super Bowls do they have with Bill Belichick. You talk about constantly even though, Max, you like to knock them for making the playoffs without Tom Brady, that is your ongoing stick. That's why Bill Belichick will never come back on this show.
One playoff
Because of
without
you.
Brady in 10
But you
seasons.
cannot deny the culture that is established there
By Tom Brady. Go ahead.
with Bill Belichick, one of the greatest to ever do it. Max, not your greatest now, but still,
No, he
Key
is.
and
He's
I,
still my GOAT. I
he's
think,
our
yeah.
GOAT.
He's just,
okay?
not undisputed.
You know,
Top 3 when it's all said and done.
You know, the culture of the New England Patriots is real. It was a certain way of doing things, a certain way of doing business, not overpaying guys, but getting guys that other people may have thought their careers was over with, grabbing those guys, putting them getting them off the scrap heap, allowing them to insert themselves in the lineup. They really built something special, regardless of what Max says in New England.
I'm not saying
Exactly.
they didn't. I
No, it's
agree.
okay, Max. You're the
They're not
number
going
one
to. They're going to get the most out of what they have, and yeah, that's good culture.
It's okay. You're the number 1 Pats hater.
Well, that's
It's
true.
on
I
this
don't
show.
deny that.
On this show. Next up, number 2. So it's a combined effort, Key. I mean, they're in the NBA Finals. I got to go with the Miami Heat. Because it's a combination of Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. We talk about Pat Riley finding himself in the NBA Finals 19 times as an assistant coach, as a head coach, as a general manager, and as a player. So that combined with Eric Spoelstra's 6 NBA final appearances.
What was that percentage that Pat Riley has been a part of the NBA
25% of all NBA finals ever played have involved Pat Riley as either a player, coach, or executive.
That doesn't even sound right.
It doesn't even sound right. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah.
And it's the little things that you hear from former players where they talk about, even Shane Battier, and my former teammate who won a chip with the Heat, talking about, when he was in Houston, he was saying, hey, send me anywhere but Miami. Because he didn't want to do all the cardio workout, the conditioning, the body fat being at a certain percentage. There's a culture that you need to buy into to be a part of how great they are. So that's number 2 on my list. And number one, I got to go with the Chiefs, man. Like currently right now, I think they are the best culture in all sports. It's Eric Bieniemy. It's what you have with Andy Reid. It's the best player being on the same page constantly with the head coach. And by the way, the best player being in the conversation for the GOAT of football right now at this earlier stage of his career. We talk about all the AFC championship games, Max. We talk about 3 Super Bowl appearances. We talk about just coming off winning a chip. And when this team is healthy, regardless of whether they lose Tyreek Hill, it doesn't matter. Stay at a high level. They continue to find ways to be there knocking on the door when it's all said and done. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Something, Jay. Yeah. In terms of cultures, and I'm not, this is not meant to be a joke or funny or anything. I really want to know. Why wouldn't Duke be up there? Why wouldn't Duke? Is it just because it's professional sports that we're dealing with? I would think the only reason has a certain culture, especially when you talk about you and JJ Redick and all the different, y'all all fall in the same line under Coach K.
So this is who right now and today. And I do believe that culture is established at Duke, but it's also John Shires going into his 2nd year. So it's taking on a new form. The culture's there,
Coach
but
K is still
true. Yeah,
over the top,
could be right. You could be right. Yeah, but I feel like it's John's though. I feel like I'm watching how John's molding this new style of culture with Coach K over the top. It still is John.
What's interesting is you're talking about culture in a more transient way, like the culture's here now, but it can leave, which is legitimate. There are some, and I also respect the fact that you're saying, look, the teams who are under-resourced, it's easier to identify culture because look at them succeed and continue to succeed over time. Like the Yankees have the most winning, tradition ever, but they have so many resources, it's hard to identify culture as the number one reason they're always successful. The St. Louis Cardinals have a long history of competing at a very high level with sort of a mid-level payroll, very strong culture. San Antonio Spurs seem to have that with Popovich until Duncan left, and since then it hasn't looked so good. Now they have Wembayama. Maybe the obviousnness of the culture being strong will come back to the fore.
I need you to have uncultured.
Oh,
top 5.
Top 5 uncultured.
Uncultured.
I like that. I should come up with that.
Crude. The crudest teams. All right. Is Jerry Jones concerned about getting a new deal done with Dak Prescott before the season? 888 say ESPN. We're going to take your calls too. Keyshawn, JWill and